Hello and welcome to another video. Today I would like to show you the final product of our PAX build for the MSI booth, and here is the final result. So I want to go through a few things with you guys. Firstly, you can see that the liquid is not the same as it was in the previous video. This is due to a few things. Firstly, we were planning to go with the Yellow Aurora by Mayhem's. Now what happened is the Aurora started frothing up for some reason and we could not get rid of it. We filled the build about 2 days before we have to leave for Melbourne, which was a 10-hour drive, so we didn't really have any more time to let it rest and try and get rid of that froth, so we had to go with another option and replace it with distilled water. Now what I was hoping is somewhere in Melbourne I could go to one of the PC stores and find some yellow dye just to add to the distilled water, but that was not the case. They had all ran out of yellow dye and we had to go to our local food market and find some food colouring. So what you see in this build is some yellow food colouring with distilled water. So in the end, that's what we had to settle with. I really would have liked the yellow to sort of match the cables a bit more, just to keep it with that nice clean theme. I just like it all to match. But you know, in the end, it is what it is. And you know, considering this build took about 2 days and we didn't have much notice, I think the end result's pretty good. Now, over there, our Dragon Reservoir. That's on the trip there, we ended up running into a bit of problems. One of the wings was actually rubbing against the acrylic window, so we have a tiny mark on there, but it's not too noticeable in front of the wing, so in the end that didn't really matter. But as you can see here in the tubing, it started developing a bit of froth again. Now I'm not sure why, because we did flush out the system twice with distilled water after removing the Aurora, so it actually only happened about a day after we filled it with the distilled water, so I'm not too sure why. Maybe somewhere in the system the Aurora got caught or something and the distilled water didn't remove it, but it started bringing up a bit of froth there. But in the end we couldn't do anything about that because we just ran out of time. But no big deal, the build still looks good and I'm very happy with the final result. What I want to point out here is a big thank you to our sponsors. Now MSI provided us with the motherboard, which was very kind of them. I love the look of this and can't thank them enough. And the RAM provided by Kingston, Beast RAM DDR4, it's 16 gigs, works very nicely. And finally, all of the liquid cooling gear by Thermaltake. Top blokes over there, can't thank them enough, and I'm very happy with the final result. So big thank you to them guys. Cheers.